Hello everybody, my name is Mark and I'm a Mediocre Modeler, and I'm bringing smiles to people's faces one model at a time. I want to welcome everybody to the 4th episode of Forgotten Friday, where I'm going to show you progress on my stalled tribute build. And I'm also going to show you some stash ads and a magazine article from Scale Auto magazine, and I'm also going to show you a couple built models that I got from club members' estate. And you know, if I didn't show them to you, nobody would ever see them again, you know, other than me. So I want to, you know, pay a tribute to the fallen club member and show you a couple of his models, okay? So let me turn the camera around and we'll get this started. I want to thank all my subscribers, by the way, for leaving comments and checking out my videos, giving me a thumbs up. You know, it helps the channel. And it helps me to get motivated. I didn't start this episode until I saw Paul from styrenerelics make a video for Forgotten Friday, and I thought that was a great idea, you know. And by the way, I want to thank everybody too for the prayers sent out to Paul, Dan, and Terry. All right, thank you. So if anybody knows who made or what company made these models, you know, let me know in the description. The first up is a model that hasn't been painted. It looks like the original year, but it's been wrapped in plastic, and it's the 1959 Ford Galaxy 500 with a retractable hardtop. Pretty cool. I guess those were, you know, they always broke down, you know, but very cool concept. I didn't know it at first. I had to look it up, and I see that the trunk is hinged, and the hardtop is in 2 pieces. But I'm glad it's wrapped up because there's a couple pieces floating around in there. But looks like it's all there. Nothing's been painted, you know. Looks pretty cool. I'm glad to have it in my stash. Okay, next up, this car is just really cool. It was wrapped in tissue paper, I guess. Still has some tissue paper on it. I just took it out of the box. 1960 Ford Galaxy Starliner. Looks like a lowrider. What a cool looking car. The hood doesn't sit right. It looks like it's too short. Let me show you. But if you go like this, then it's too high in the front. So I don't know. I guess if you put a piece of styrene in here, the hood creases don't go all the way to the back. So this is flat. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, I think this thing looks badass as a lowrider. I love the wings on the back. Sorry about the bouncing around there. But yeah, this thing, you know, I didn't even realize they even made Starliners. I'm not a true car guy. I just started building models in retirement, but yeah, this thing is badass. Underneath, let me make sure I don't drop the hood. Got some tissue paper stuck to all that. I'm gonna pull that off, but Detailed the underneath nicely. I looked them up online. These cars are really cool. I like their body style. Let me know what you think. So here's the progress I did on the GTO, modified GTO. Let me push this back a little bit. So if you remember my last video, I attempted to fill in the wheel wells, and I was trying two different methods. The first method was on the driver's side, and this came out the best. I'm not completely done with it, but I was sanding it down to make sure it was clearing the tires today. And this side, I used a different method. I put that piece of styrene, I glued it to the inside, and I filled the the gap with putty. So that side was more rigid, but it was also a lot thicker with putty. This side, the driver's side, it's coming around here. The driver's side, come on. Yeah, the driver's side is a lot cleaner. I just glued it flush up to the wheel well, and I think that's the way to go. So that, I didn't, first time I'm doing this kind of stuff, so I tried a couple different ways, and the first way, you tell me, I think that looks a lot better than the other side, but I'm not done yet. I'm going to be continuing to work on this. This first stash ad is a candidate for next year's Psychedelic 60s group build. It's a 1967 Austin Powers Corvette convertible with Felicity. That's a pretty cool looking car. I don't know if that's one big decal or what, but this box is unopened, and I got it at a model show. $10. Awesome deal. This next one might be my next year's choice for the Street Machine group build. This thing, very cool car. 1969 Plymouth GTX convertible. Yeah, that's one badass car. I got the instructions in my hand. It says, in the dealer catalog for 1969, the Plymouth stated that if the 1968 GTX was the boss, then the 1969 should be referred to as Boss Sir. And with more than just a touch of truth, while the very popular Roadrunner came with a base performance 383 or a street Hemi, the GTX had a standard engine, the awesome 440 at 375 horsepower. The only option was a 426 Hemi with twin 4-barrel carburetors cranking 425 big horses at 5,000 RPM, while the Roadrunner was the only dressed in jeans and t-shirt. The GTX wore the latest three-piece suit with a briefcase full of options. That's pretty cool right up. And the artwork on the front is awesome. I might even color that. I don't know. Next up, 1969 Dodge Daytona in the United States Postal Service stamp series in the collector's tin. I just like it. I think I'm gonna collect the series. So in 2022, an Army buddy and myself took a truck cross country to Idaho, and we spent 4 weeks living in a tent in the national forests, and we did some elk hunting. We didn't get an elk, but we did some elk hunting, and we did some fishing. But in our travels, somewhere along the way, I picked up this magazine, and the guy I got these models from, he was a big Ford guy, so it's fitting that I'm going to show you this article. Motor Market, Golden Mustang, a collector's dream come true. That's a beautiful 1972 Mustang. Only 128 of the 1972 Ford Mustang Mach 1s were made in a golden color. This was written by Tanya Manis, and the photography was done by Jonathan Kruger. And the owner of the car is Glenn Wade. So Glenn Wade hit the jackpot when he found his favorite car, a rare gold Mustang, languishing in a garage in Illinois. For Glenn, the car is a sporty jewel in his collection. The 1972 Ford Mustang Mach 1 takes Glenn back to the days when he started collecting cars as a teen. The 1972 Mach 1 is my favorite because I had one in high school, Glenn said. It's a Q-code Cobra Jet Mustang. They only made 1,125 of them. The motor had way more horsepower than the original Mach 1s, so it's kind of rare. The color, a golden shade called ginger, makes the car even more unique. Only 128 of the 1972 Ford Mustang Mach 1s were made in a golden color. Ford purposely manufactured only a few to make the gold cars more desirable, Glenn said. Of those 128 cars, only 8 were painted a particular gold shade called ginger. Of those 8, only 1 was made with a stripe on it, and it's my car, Glenn said. So imagine that, owning like one of one. Pretty cool. But yeah, it's only fitting, you know, the guy who passed away from my model club, he was a Ford guy, so kind of ironic that I picked this up and I just had it in my drawer. But thanks for joining me.